The story begins deep in the Amazon rainforest, where a woman named Anna and her partner need a boat to continue their journey. But suddenly, strange noises echo from the jungle around them. It's a monkey. Anna turns to her companion and says that what lies ahead will change their lives forever. She pushes forward alone. But someone is watching her. Two figures follow close behind. Anna runs. And then, one of her pursuers is snatched by a giant snake, an anaconda. The scene shifts to a man named Doug McAllister, pitching an intense action sequence for a script. But the couple listening to him interrupts. This is their wedding video he's talking about. And this is definitely not what they had in mind. They want a sweet, romantic wedding film. Doug replies that they mentioned being horror fans, and he thought he could make something special. The couple shuts him down. This isn't a film. It's a wedding video. The scene shifts again to an actor named Griff, rehearsing his lines while getting his makeup done. But the truth is, Griff is just a background actor. He's delivering his lines with way more intensity than anyone asked for. And no one's impressed. They fire him on the spot. On his way out, Griff spots a poster for Anaconda. Right then, he gets a voicemail from Doug saying he ran into Griff's mom, and she mentioned he landed a big gig. Doug says he's proud of him. Meanwhile, Doug's father sits him down and tells him he knows this wasn't Doug's dream. But he's retiring soon, and after that, everything will be Doug's. It's a solid life. Maybe even a B+ life. Today is Doug's birthday, but he doesn't feel like celebrating. He just heads home, where a surprise party is waiting for him. His friend Kenny is there. Claire is there. And to Doug's shock, Griff shows up too. Griff plays an old movie for everyone, a short film the four of them made together as kids called The Quatch. Doug can't believe a copy still exists. Everyone watches it and has a blast. In the end, Griff's character kills the monster and saves everyone. The next day at a restaurant, Griff drops a bombshell. He owns the rights to Anaconda. Apparently, the movie was based on a novel by some Japanese author, and his widow, who happened to be a fan of the 4 episodes Griff did on SWAT, gave him the rights. Now Griff wants all of them to reboot the film together. Kenny is instantly on board. Claire tries to dodge it, but Griff convinces her. Doug, though, hesitates. He tells Griff he's sorry, but he can't do it. Griff reminds him of the old days, staying up until 4 in the morning watching horror movies. And now they have the chance to actually make one. But Doug shakes his head. They're not kids anymore. Later, Doug goes home and finds his son watching the old movie they made as kids. His wife tells him to just go make the film. And while working on yet another wedding video, something clicks inside Doug. He drives straight to Griff's place and says, "Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda." Doug starts writing the script. To make this movie, they're going to need a riverboat, a rural captain, and $2.5 million. But the bank only approves them for a loan of $9,400. So they cut their budget down to $43,000. They also decide the movie needs something more than just an anaconda. Doug and Griff choose to weave in intergenerational trauma. Everyone loves the script Doug writes. Kenny tells Doug he knows they had their little dust up. There was that one time at a wedding when Kenny got wasted and fell right onto the cake. But now he says he's getting sober. He's only drinking beer and wine. Doug agrees to give Kenny a second chance. As they're leaving for the Amazon, Doug's son hands him a small award. Instead of World's Greatest Dad, it says Greatest Doug.
But before that, please comment, like and subscribe.
The whole team arrives in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil. Doug mentions that on the way, he read that anacondas wait in the water for days, stalking their prey. And when the moment comes, they snatch and grab. Right then, a man walks up and starts telling them that an anaconda once wrapped a woman so tight, her eyeballs popped out. That woman was his grandmother. And this man is Santiago, the snake handler Kenny hired for the shoot. But Anna is here too. And so are the men chasing her. Spotting them, Anna grabs a knife. Santiago introduces everyone to his snake. He considers it his friend. He loves it more than anything. He shows them his snake, Ator. Everyone is stunned. Santiago mentions there are rumors of anacondas even bigger in size. When Santiago places the anaconda's cage on the boat, it opens slightly. Just then, Anna finds the keys to a sleeping man's boat. She takes them and approaches Doug's crew, claiming that they spoke to her father on the phone, and he's currently in the hospital. She says she needs to take this boat for a routine service, so they'll have to find another one. but every other boat is booked. Doug tells Anna that they've dreamed of making this film together their entire lives. So Anna hurries everyone onto the boat and takes off. Everyone else loves the boat, but the men searching for Anna track down which boats left the port. That evening, Doug asks everyone to pray to the movie gods. He tells them to ask for basically one thing: don't let anything get ruined. The next day, filming begins. In the movie, Claire's character hires an unhinged snake tracker, played by Griff, to hunt down and kill a giant mythical anaconda that ate her entire family. For Doug and Griff, shooting this film is special. They always wanted to work together, but it never happened until now. Claire and Griff used to date a long time ago, and now they're playing each other's love interest. Doug compliments their chemistry. Later that night over dinner, everyone starts goofing around, pretending to headbutt an anaconda. But that same night, the anaconda slips out of its crate and slithers near everyone's beds. It heads straight for Griff. Griff spots it and screams. He wakes everyone up, demanding to know how this happened. Santiago insists it's all under control now. He claims his snake does exactly what he commands and promises he won't let anything happen to them. The next day, Anna checks a map of the jungle. Meanwhile, Griff is shooting a scene with the anaconda. He's terrified and begs Doug not to make him do it. But Doug tells him not to worry. Santiago has the anaconda under control. During the scene, Griff has to hold the anaconda close to his face and stare right at it. He gets so scared that he flings the snake away. The anaconda lands in the boat's propeller and gets sliced apart. Santiago is devastated. Half his soul leaves his body. He's so heartbroken he doesn't even want to see Kenny at the funeral. Doug sends Griff away. Santiago sets his friend on fire and sings a song for him. In the distance, the men hunting Anna watch the crew from afar. But then, one of them hears strange noises coming from the water below. A massive anaconda rises up and devours him. Later, Griff approaches Santiago to apologize. He tells him that a friend of his died once too, and it hurts. Santiago asks if it was a snake. The two of them sit down and share a beer. Griff opens up about his struggling acting career. Santiago tells him they don't deserve Griff. He's a star. Drunk and fired up, Santiago declares he's going to get a new snake for the movie. He drags Griff out into the jungle in the dead of night. He says he can feel it. There are snakes around here. He explains that snakes can hear them through vibrations in the ground. Every step they take is drawing them closer. Santiago and Griff split up and head in different directions. Griff looks back and Santiago is gone. Without thinking, Griff runs. Meanwhile, Santiago has a snake nearby who grabs him from underwater. Griff rushes back and tells Doug everything. Doug says he guarantees Santiago will come back with a giant snake. But if he's not back soon, they'll go look for him. But after an hour with no sign of Santiago, Griff starts to panic. Meanwhile, Kenny has taken Santiago's pills. He starts rambling nonsense. Doug tells everyone they need to go find Santiago. They all head deep into the jungle. In front of them sits an old camper van. On the other side of the jungle, the men hunting Anna don't see her on the boat. They decide to search for her in the jungle. The crew enters the camper van. Griff hears a noise outside. A dead body drops onto the roof of the van, and then they come face to face with the giant anaconda. Anna yells that they have to go, but the van won't start. Kenny says the relay probably popped off. It's underneath the hood, and Kenny can't fix it himself. He's having vision problems. Doug snaps at him. He said he was getting sober. Griff and Doug argue over who's going to go outside. In the end, Doug has to do it. He opens the hood as quietly as possible, hoping the anaconda won't hear. But the second the hood slams shut, the anaconda attacks. Doug barely makes it back inside the van. The anaconda is massive, like a dinosaur. Just then, a group of bikers starts chasing them. Anna warns them not to stop. They're illegal gold miners. The miners open fire on the van. Anna pulls out a gun and fires back. They all escape and make it back to the boat. But a man is waiting there, pointing a gun at them, demanding to know where she is. Anna sneaks up behind him and takes him down. She tells everyone she can get them out of here. All they have to do is keep heading north. Doug tells her to just get them home. But Griff doesn't want to go home empty-handed. He's crushed. Doug looks at the award his son gave him. And just like that, an idea hits him. Doug rewrites the script to include Anna. The next day, he pitches it to everyone. What if, while hunting the anaconda, they run into a total badass on an incredible quest to expose the gold miners? Now they'll be fighting the anaconda and the gold miners. Everyone loves the idea. Griff says this thing might be an awards play. Doug says let's finish this movie. They bring Anna into the film. But this new direction sidelines Claire and Griff's characters. And neither of them is happy about it. The next day, when Doug calls for Griff, he hasn't even showered. Griff bitterly suggests they rename the movie Anaconda. He reminds Doug that he's only here because of him. Otherwise, Doug would still be shooting wedding videos. Just then, a large boat passes by. It's a crew shooting the Anaconda reboot. And the truth comes out. Sony owns the rights to Anaconda, not Griff. Doug is furious. He demands to know why Griff lied. Griff admits he lied so Doug would make the movie with him. Without that lie, Doug never would have done it. Doug fires him. Griff snaps back that Doug can't fire him because he already quit last night. Griff grabs his things, jumps into a small boat, and takes off. Claire tries to stop him, but he doesn't listen. He heads toward the Sony cruise boat, but it's completely destroyed. Griff spots a girl screaming for help. Before he can do anything, the anaconda swallows her whole. Griff flees. Meanwhile, Doug decides to continue shooting without Griff. He says plans change, and that's part of filmmaking. But then Anna pulls a gun on everyone and orders them off the boat. She marches the three of them into the jungle. Back at the boat, Griff arrives to find his friends gone. All that's left is a gun. Deeper in the jungle, Anna forces them to pull bags out of the water. Inside the bags is gold. Anna is the real miner. Just then, a man appears and points a gun at her. He's a cop who's been hunting her down. But from a distance, Griff doesn't know this. He shoots the cop. Doug tells Griff he just shot a cop. Anna grabs the gun and finishes the cop off. She holds the rest of them at gunpoint, but Claire snatches the gun away from her. And right then, the anaconda bursts from the water and swallows Anna whole. Everyone runs. A spider bites Doug. He can't move. Kenny says they have to pee on the bite. Griff says he's bone dry. Kenny admits he can't do it either. He's pee shy. He can't go in public. Everyone starts encouraging him. You can do it. Let it flow. But Kenny also needs a chair. He can only pee sitting down. So Griff becomes his chair. After a lot of effort, Kenny finally pees on Doug. Everyone celebrates. As they move forward, Doug tells Griff he's been jealous of him for a long time, for doing what he never could. But right then, the anaconda snatches Doug and swallows him. Everyone flees. Griff is devastated. He tricked Doug into coming here, and now he's dead. Kenny says there's a big open field up ahead, and their boat is on the other side. But they can't just run across. It's too exposed. They need a distraction. Just then, they hear noises nearby. The anaconda is close. That's when they find Doug's body. Kenny checks his pulse. Looking at Doug, he says maybe Doug is the distraction. If they drag him into the field and strap a boar to his back, it'll be harder for the snake to swallow him. Meanwhile, the rest of them can get across. Kenny attaches the boar to Doug. He shoves a squirrel into Doug's mouth, saying snakes love squirrel meat. They start running across the field. The snake moves toward Doug. But then Doug's eyes open. He's alive. The others scream from a distance. The anaconda is right behind him. Doug sprints. Somehow, he keeps dodging the snake. Then the boar strapped to his back wakes up. It starts trying to bite him. But the anaconda swallows the boar right off Doug's back. By some miracle, Doug survives. He asks whose idea the squirrel was. Kenny tries to call it a group decision. But Doug knows better. They keep moving and stumble upon the Sony cruise set. It's been completely destroyed. Griff finds a walkie-talkie. Someone responds from the other end. The man on the other side fires a flare at the anaconda chasing them. It's Ice Cube. He tells them that after the snake attacked, his entire crew scattered. Doug says they have to kill it before it kills them. They ask Ice Cube how they were going to kill the snake in his script, but their writer never finished it. They started shooting with only half a script. All Ice Cube knows is they were setting up pyrotechnics throughout the area. Kenny knows how to ignite pyros. Ice Cube says he has to go find Jay, Lowe and Stoltz. But before he leaves, everyone asks for a selfie. They all take a group photo together. Ice Cube hands them one of his guns. Now Claire will turn on the generators. Kenny will handle the cameras. Anne, Griff and Doug will lure the Anaconda into the pyro zone and blow it up. Doug and Griff hop into a golf cart. They hear the Anaconda behind them, but it comes from the side. It starts chasing their cart, and then Kenny loses the signal to the pyros. Claire and Kenny scramble to get it back online. The moment the Anaconda enters the pyro field, Griff hits the button. Nothing happens. It's not working. Kenny realizes he forgot to turn it on. The pyros explode and the Anaconda goes up in flames. Everyone celebrates. They made it, but the Anaconda is still alive, and their golf cart is stuck. They hit a dead end. The Anaconda slithers toward them. Griff grabs the gun and steps forward to face it, just like in the movie they made as kids. He fires the flare gun at an explosive. The Anaconda explodes, but its head is still alive. Doug stabs the Anaconda's head. He does it with the award his son gave him. The Anaconda is dead. They all survived. They release their unauthorized film. Of course, it's illegal, so they don't get theatrical distribution. Sony promptly hits them with a cease and desist letter. Claire and Griff end up getting married. They let Doug direct their wedding video. Later, a woman visits Doug. She loved his unauthorized films so much that she wants him to direct the authorized Anaconda. As for Santiago, he somehow survived too.